So moving on from the last video where we created a number of different scenes, I'm going to show you how to put this into your A4 or A3 paper using a software called Layout. When you installed SketchUp, you also installed a software called Layout. I'll show you that just now. Go here. And it's a very similar icon. There's a SketchUp icon. There's the Layout icon. When the software opens up, it'll look something like this. And you'll be asked to either open a file or take a template from what you've either had before or your previous projects. You'll have to go to Open File and navigate to the file that I'm giving you within Moodle. So once you've navigated to the file that I've given you within Moodle, you'll have something that looks similar to this. And we can see when you go to the tray of tools to the right hand side and under pages, you've got a front cover and you've got the internal page. Now, within this document, there are a number of control factors. So if you go to File and go to Document Setup, and you've got what's called auto text. And this is where you can change the contents of some of the variables. So for example, address would be, well, there's the name of the After the Pandemic site. Or if you've got a particular address for your project, you can type that in there. I'll actually have the postcode. We'll leave that fine. And under author, you can put your name. And your matriculation number. If you have a company name, I'll leave that as it is just now. Current date's fine. And you can also change the name of the project. At the moment I have the project as CTR 07102 class coursework. But of course you could add in there CLT building or something more appropriate for your particular project. And for that, we'll say close just now. Now, on the front cover, we can see a number of things change. We've got CLT building being added on. Now, on the front cover, there's still something missing. So what I'm going to ask that you do, and to help you do this, go back to File. We'll go to, File, Document Setup, and what we want is Author. So I go into here, press Text, and we'll go, if I say a bracket like this, which is the smaller than symbol, and I type in the word author, and then close that, that automatically puts in my name and my matriculation number into this. I'll close this just now. And now I can place this text within the document wherever I want. I can also use the arrow keys to micro place it or micro adjust. I can go over to text styles and I can control the size of the font, and if it's bold or regular, or perhaps even the colour, if I so desired. There we are. Nice red text. So, for the front cover, that's fine just now. We will have to come back to that at some point. Now, if we go, I'll shut down text styles just now, and I'll go to internal page. And if I then say insert, file, insert, and now I'm going to navigate to my last saved SketchUp file, which is this one here. It should load up the last scene that I had open at the time. There we are. I'll move it somewhere in the middle. Now, I can indeed go up to press SketchUp Model, and I can then select from all of the scenes that we have. Now, let's do some of the elevations first of all. We'll do front elevation, and I can then also select the scale. With the scale, I'll perhaps do 1 to 50. So 1 millimeter equals 50 millimeters in real life. Or do I do 1 in 100? Let's try 1 in 100. I think 1 to 100 for this is absolutely fine. And I'll move my window around just a little bit, so I can put more of them on one page. There's my... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to rotate that. I'll just press undo. I'll move that up here. And perhaps I can have, if I press the whole window by selecting the object, press Control, and then select away, press Control V, copy paste, and move my duplicate further underneath. I could indeed then say the plan. We'll go for plan. And then I could then indeed copy and paste again and go roof plan. Now, if I want to have these line up, there's multiple ways that I can do that. One simple method is to draw a line, have that line vertical, and then I'll line up my images by selecting on them, zoom in, and use the arrow key. If I want to change the point size within my views, I can select the view and press within SketchUp Model, Line Scale, and I'll do 0.1. And I'll do that for all three of these just now. And there we are. And I'll just move this one so it's in line with the other two. Oh, that's not the view that I want. That should be a roof plan. Yep. So as you can see, I can start to have multiple views and line them up to make my page look how I want it to look. I'm going to pause the video just now and come back and show you this complete. So we have end elevation, front elevation, end elevation, plan and roof plan, all at 1 to 50, all nicely lined up. There's a few more things we can do to tidy this up a little bit further. We can select each of them. When we zoom in, we can see the resolution is not the best. If I select the scene and I go to SketchUp model and I say rather than raster, if I say vector, it's giving me a little bit of a warning. I'll press OK to that, and I can then see that the lines are much sharper. I'm going to do that for all of them, I think. I'll pause just now. Yeah, so here we have the elevations, floor plan and roof plan. All the lines are nice and sharp. The only thing is we've lost the colour in here. You can indeed select this and then say rather than vector or raster, you can do a hybrid of the two. I'll do it for just one of them just now. And the colour then comes back, but you've still got the sharp lines. Depending upon what it is you're showing, if it's a three-dimensional view or not, this may work in your favour or it may not. For this one, I will go back to the vector, press OK. And now I want to add in some text. I'll use the text window and I'll just select here and I'll put elevation. And I'll put in the scale. And then I can go around and do exactly the same thing and name all of these plans. So I now have all of my elevations and plans all nicely laid out and a description underneath. I may want to put some dimensions in, so I can select the dimension tool and I'll just do some overall dimension from corner to corner. And I'll use the standard default settings. Of course you can modify these. I'll allow you to play with that if you so desire. I'll just do one more. No, do another one. So, perfect. If I now go to my pages, I can now name this page. I will select that and we'll call this elevations or plans and elevations. And we can see that name comes up the top and also along the side and also in the drawing number tag as well. I think what we'll do is we'll pause the video here and we'll pick this up in the next video.